lovely. I mean, I wrote a book, but it's also something about accepting the timing of life. And I'm really bad at that, can I just say? I was trying to get my dog spayed, and I waited just like 2 weeks too long, and she went into heat, and I beat myself up. I'm still beating myself up because I don't like the universe's timing. I like my timing. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And maybe that's the key, is to be aware, like she said, that the inventory is like astrology, helps you be aware of your strengths, helps you be aware of what you might be doing that's holding you back. But they don't define you. Your passions don't necessarily define you if they trap you, if you're only allowed to have those passions. So let's play with this just a little bit. What is life on the loose? And I say it all the time. It's understanding that the rules that are theoretically normal often define you as the loser, especially if you're a person of color and especially if you're a woman. They define you as the loser or as not quite good enough. And when you are playing by the rules of a game, when you're in a game, which by definition you're going to lose, you should get out of that game. Or you should change the rules. When I was in grad school, I was learning a software program for statistics. And they were trying, this is an older program, it's much easier I'm sure now, but they were trying to teach us the step-by-step tools for how to get your answer. And I just saw a shortcut and went for it. And they asked me, you're not following the steps. I'm like, no, because I don't need those 5 steps. I can go to this step and just, take a hard right, and I'm right there. I got the answer. And they just stared at me and said, that doesn't work. Well, I got the answer. I got the right answer. And give me a few more and I'll test it out, because if it does, then I should take the hard right. If it doesn't, okay, I won't always do it. Sometimes it's about trusting that if the rules aren't working, I need to just change them. Now remember, I'm never talking about lying, cheating, stealing. I'm always aware that money is not something you cheat about. You don't lie, you don't steal, we follow some basic rules of living well in society. But in terms of how I create my life, build my relationships, build my career, there's so much room for variation and innovation and creativity and energy, as opposed to just walking down the path that somebody else said was your path. Now, you might be lucky. Actually, it's hard when nobody gives you a path at all. I mean, that's the other side. I know I've used this example, but when you're sailing and you're coming, let's say, back in from open water, the red buoys are on your right, red right return. The green buoys are on your left. They're oddly numbered because green is just odd. And it's simply how I remember them. It's simply a pneumatic. But how you sail between them is up to you. Those are just the markers of where danger is. Don't go there, it's dangerous. Not just for you, but for everyone else. Life on the loose is then understanding that there's a joyful way to know where those boundaries are and to recognize them, but also to create your own, and also to create your own pathway, your own freedom. And life on the loose, I have to say, also has something to do with boundaries. What are my boundaries? You heard Susan talk about relationships and the way we are in relationships and communication in relationships. And one thing we didn't get to that would have been lovely is, what about boundaries? When do I also say, no, I don't do that, or not there, or I'm willing to do this because you care about it, but it's not actually working for me to do it that way. That too is life on the loose, is what are my boundaries? And then I sort of love that piece of appreciative inquiry. What am I doing in this relationship that works really well that I could maybe use in that other relationship that isn't working so well? And often what I have found is, I'm just grumpy. Maybe I should own it. And maybe that's life on the loose too, is owning when it's me, taking responsibility. That may not sound like life on the loose, but truly, there's a lot more freedom in your world when you take responsibility, when you say, I'm going to own this, and I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to grow, and I'm going to hold myself responsible. Okay, enough of that. I'm hoping you loved this. please go to my website, elisarobin.com, and sign up for my blogs. Come on, I'm an amazing writer. Buy one of my books. Repeat that statement. I'm an amazing writer. And they're fun. And then email me. Tell me what you'd like to hear on the radio. Tell me how you liked the blog. Work with me on that. I do have some free Kindle versions left of my book. If you'd like one, let me know. Again, where do you find me? Dr. Elisa Show on Facebook, Elisa Robin on Facebook, Elisa Robin on LinkedIn, Twitter, yeah, I'm there, but Instagram, I'm there, elisarobin@msn.com. Just email me. I'm available. I'm available for readings, astrology, and I use that as a mentoring tool, so an ongoing, not like a one-off, but I'm available for that. I am available as a speaker, and I've got a video on my website that gives you an idea about me as a speaker. And I'm available for consulting work, other kind. I do higher ed consulting. I also teach workshops. I do a lot of things, but definitely the mentoring and the speaking are the two that, you know, that and the writing are the ones, those three that I'm pushing, that give me joy. So I hope you had some joy from this radio show, and I am going to sign off and let you sort of take a deep breath and get ready for the marvelous Henry Archuleta and amazing jazz. And until I see you again in 2 weeks, please stay well, stay inspired, and let me know how the show has ignited something within you. And keep living on the loose.